Dr. Justin Spinney, and the title of the module is Governing People and Place. Okay, well, the aims of the module, I'll start with some questions. I mean, what do we want our cities to look like? Do we want them to be places of human flourishing, variety of activities, whatever the cost, or do we want our cities to be more instrumental, places where places that are premised on kind of value for money, really, and that's why we would do something or not do something. Who should we listen to when we set policy? Should we listen to experts? Should we listen to particular publics? And what sorts of targets and evidence are required to meet these different civic aspirations and the provision of different services? So these are the kinds of questions that we're going to be asking in Governing People and Place. So the aims of the module in a nutshell, we're going to be really introducing changes in governance, particularly in the UK over the last 20 to 30 years. We're going to explore, for example, the difference between social and technical modes of governance. We're going to ask how policy targets should be set and monitored. And we're going to examine the roles of different forms of evidence and different stakeholders. So, for example, how much power should national and local government have? How much should the mayor, private sector, campaign groups, different publics have in directing and setting policy? If that sounds a little bit dry, we liven that up significantly because the module in particular is based around a field study in Copenhagen in Denmark. We do feature Cardiff, but the main focus is on Copenhagen as an example of a livable city. And we'll have a particular emphasis on public space and transport. So we go out there, we engage with different stakeholders in Copenhagen. You'll be able to make the links between specific civic aspirations, such as increasing dwelling time in public spaces, for example. We'll look at how targets have been set and data collected by the municipality in Copenhagen, and we'll look at how they monitor progress on those targets. You'll also get very hands-on practical experience of using different methods of collecting different forms of data so that you can evaluate their suitability for yourself and many of the limitations or possibilities in setting different kind of policy objectives.